We will go through the various settings in the relationship tree builder task in DBX, and I'll show you how to properly set up each of the various settings within the task. So first, let's create a new process, and I will give this a name. Let's put a simple name for now. Build a tree. You hit next. We have a suggested task name for the builder, and we'll just accept the default, and we'll hit next, and we'll hit next again. The first setting that we need to define is the record selection criteria. Record selection criteria is essentially a SQL query that would allow us to define the range of contact records that needs to be included in the process when it tries to build the relationship trees. In this demo, I would just simply like to build a tree for all contact records where the company and the contact fields are not empty. So let's start defining our SQL query. And again, we need to at least return the account now field value. And we said earlier we want the company and contact to have something in them. And let's verify that our query works. So it shows here I have 112 contact records that qualify this condition. So let's go ahead and accept that. We click OK. So now we can proceed with the next set of settings, which is the relationship tree settings. And notice that there are 5 tabs that we can set up here. Each of these tabs represent each level in the tree that we will be building. For each node in the tree, there is a specific type. For example, level 1, which is the main node, is by default defined as a book. Level 2, notice that you have the option to either make it a book or a page. A book normally contains a page, and page is usually the last node in the tree. And that goes the same way for the other levels. Level 5, obviously, since it's the last level that we can create, would default to a page. In our case, let's just build a tree with just 2 levels. The company name as the main level and the contact name as the second level. So we'll define level 1 as something that would display the company field. And then on level 2, we'll define that the level 2 will show the contact field, and we want this to be a page. And we need to make sure that the other tabs or levels don't have any expression in them. That way, the builder will only try to evaluate level 1 and level 2. So that would be the basic settings that you need to build a very simple tree within DBX. So let's click on Save and Close. So notice that we have a tab called Build a Tree. We have this one task here with a name Create Relationship Tree. Let's take a look at what we currently have in Goldmine. So notice that for Airtime software, we don't really have any trees, and so as Bank of America. Don't have any trees at the moment. So let's run this process to start building the tree. It should be done now. And let's go back to Goldmine. So Bank of America now have a tree. So as the other contacts, so you notice we have the main node as the company name, and then the nodes underneath it, the child nodes, contain the contact name. Let's take a look at other companies here, like this one. So CAD 10 Engineering have a few contact records, and this is now giving me a relationship tree for the company, displaying to me all the contacts for each of the contact records. So if we go back now to our relationship tree builder, to make changes, for example, we want each of those contacts to be under another level. For example, instead of displaying the contact name right away under the company, I want it to also display to me the different type of contact that they are classified in. For example, in this case, for Ann Harris, it's of record type other. And for other companies, for example, there are contacts that are set to prospects, and some are of record type reseller. So if we look at the sign, we have here that field is really key one. So if we go back to our tree builder, we can say I want to break by key 1. Now on my level 3, I'll just say display the contact name and make this level 2 now a book, make level 3 a page. So again, we have contact 1 company, the first node. Second node is break by key 1. Then finally we have by contact. So let's go ahead and save this and run the builder again. Okay, so let's revisit Goldmine and take a look at how our tree looks like now. So notice that CAD 10 Engineering right now have other. It just so happens that CAD 10 Engineering, all the contacts are just under one record type. It's all under other. But for example, for American Bank, for example, we have 2 types of contacts, or contacts who belong under 2 specific record type. Some are prospects and some are resellers. So as you notice, it's really easy to set up the relationship tree builder in DBX. What you can also do is, if you are currently syncing your Goldmine contacts to your various sites, what you may want to do is to also select this option under the advanced settings and say generate synchronization logs. This way, these relationship trees will be synchronized to your remote sites as well. And just like you've seen how we can easily change the criteria by changing the expressions for each of these levels, we can also do the same for the record selection, where for example, if the criteria has changed, you can edit this expression. Just go back and edit and make changes to the query. Always make sure to test the query by clicking on refresh displayed records. Make sure that there are no syntax errors or that you're getting the right set of contact records. This concludes this video, and if you have any questions, please send them to support@dbxforgoldmine.com.